Welcome to ABA Basics for Parents. This presentation is part of the series developed by the team at Pacific Northwest Autism to help provide parents and caregivers with information and a greater understanding of ABA and related topics. All presentations in part or in whole are the property of Pacific Northwest Autism. In this presentation, we will cover verbal behavior. There are four main types of verbal behavior: echoic, mand, tact, and intraverbal. Echoic is repeating exactly what was said by the other person. Mand is another word for request and comes from the word demand. It is the first vocal behavior that children acquire and doesn't necessarily have to be a word. For example, when babies cry, they may be requesting or manding for milk, a diaper change, or sleep. A tact, on the other hand, is talking about things you see. You may observe children point to an airplane up in the sky and say airplane. Finally, the most complex type of verbal behavior is intraverbal. These require at least two people engaging in a conversation. In this PowerPoint, we will focus on manding and tacting. As previously mentioned, mands are requests for items or activities we want. Mands are the first thing learned and the most important. It benefits the child directly. By learning to mand, a child can ask for the things they want. Mands can be items such as toys or food, actions such as hugs or spins. It can also be a request for information, assistance or help, finding missing items, or to stop something unpleasant. The key to manding is that the child must want the thing you are trying to get them to mand for. If a child just sat down after playing tag with their friends, having them mand for chase may not be a good idea. If they appear tired and sweating, you may be more successful at having them mand for water or juice. The first step of manding is that the child is motivated by the thing you want them to mand for. Let's say the child is thirsty and is reaching for a bottle of juice on the counter. This would be a great opportunity for you to teach them to mand for juice or bottle. As soon as they make the request, deliver the item or action. Tacting is labeling things in the environment. It comes from the word contact. Tacts can be anything in the environment, which includes people, objects, actions, events, and properties or attributes. In order for it to be a tact, the item or activity must be physically present. The steps to tacting is that the child must see, hear, smell, or taste something. The child then labels the item, and sometimes the adult will give the child social attention. For example, a child sees a picture of Thomas the Train and says, "Thomas." The other person in the room may say, "That's right, it is Thomas." With mand training, our goal is to increase communication and decrease challenging behaviors. We want to teach a child to communicate their needs rather than engaging in challenging behaviors, such as tantrums and aggression. The first step to manding is to identify the reinforcers and pair yourself with the delivery of them. You want to be the giver of all good things. Then, using errorless learning, when the child mands for something, you immediately would give them what they are asking for. If the child says ball, you give them the ball. Use the most effective prompt to teach a mand. You may start off with modeling and saying the full word ball and wait for the child to repeat the word. As you progress, you will want to fade the prompts so that the child is manding independently. From the full word ball, you may systematically fade to just saying "b." Then maybe completely fading the verbal prompt and just pointing to the item and waiting for the child to say ball. So here are some things you can do at home. First, get excited. Be excited for any vocalizations your child makes. Repeat what they say and see if they repeat it back. Make it fun. Next, make sure you are having your child requesting for items and activities appropriately before giving it to them. Don't give anything away for free. If they are easily frustrated, you can model by saying the item before giving them the item. Third, just keep talking to them. Even when your child does not use words or respond to you, keep talking and model communication. If they make sounds, encourage it by repeating the sound back. And remember to always make it fun. Here are some considerations when teaching MANDS. Teach reinforcers first. When teaching MANDS, teach them to request for things they want the most. It teaches them that communicating will get them what they want and in exchange will decrease challenging behaviors. Just make sure you observe what they are motivated for. Go slow and start small. It may be tempting to teach a child to say, "I want a red balloon, please." If saying balloon is difficult enough for a child, you may want to start with having the child say "buh" to get a balloon. Forget manners. When a child is first learning how to MAND, adding please or thank you will just increase the difficulty of requesting. We may want to add manners later down the line when the child is requesting using full sentences. Finally, be careful when teaching the word more. It can become frustrating when a child requests for more and you do not know what exactly they want more of. Focus on teaching words of the item rather than requesting for more. Thank you for tuning in to ABA Basics for Parents. If you have any questions, comments, or topic suggestions, please send us an email at ababasicsforparents@gmail.com.